What's up, guys? Welcome to NFD TV Canes all day. If you're rocking with the U, then you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on the videos. Miami's secret weapon. We got to talk about it because right now we're still riding high off the big-time commitment of Cormani McClain. And if you watched my video from yesterday, I talked about how much this was a shock to a lot of people, how this was a big get for the program, about how we know with Mario Cristobal, the recruiting is gonna happen because he put a lot of emphasis on his staff to recruit, and he himself is known to be a great recruiter. And over at the Patreon page, we even talked about what Cormani can do on the field. Make sure you check that out. Get signed up with the Cane Gang, 99 cents, all that good stuff. But one thing that I feel like I didn't really dive into too much, I mentioned them, but I didn't dive into the impact that DeMarcus Van Dyke has on a kid like Cormani McClain. If you look on Twitter today, you're going to see a lot of things like NIL. You're going to see a lot of things like he got the bag. You're going to see a lot of things like Mario Cristobal is the elite recruiter and this and that. But one thing that I have seen some of, but we got to give a little bit more props to, is the recruiting of DeMarcus Van Dyke. And listen to this interview that Cormani McClain did with Andrew Ivins, and listen to how fast he brings up DeMarcus Van Dyke.
Yeah, Sports HQ 24/7 Sports. Cormani, one of the biggest shockers we have seen recently when it comes to the world of recruiting. You're headed to Miami. You just announced a commitment. Why the U?
The U is home. Everyone knows Miami's home to my family, coaching staff, everything. But Miami has a great coaching staff, and they got a dog coming for sure.
A lot of people thought University of Florida for you. You're here in Polk County, Lakeland High School, a Florida stronghold. When did Miami move in front?
Miami moved to Fort probably like 2 months ago. Coach DVD, Coach DVD, he's a great coach. He's teaching me a lot of things, and we're going to build this. We're going to build a great class for this year.
You mentioned DeMarcus Van Dyke. This guy's been on you from the jump. What makes him different than some of these other coaches?
Coach DVD, he's a young coach. Other older coaches are older and stuff, but Coach DVD, he's a young coach, and he knows a lot of things and a lot of technique.
Break down your game for us. You're a long corner, 4.5 in the 40-yard dash.
And that is crazy because it's not like Andrew Ivins threw up the alley-oop. No, Cormani just straight up said, hey, my relationship with DeMarcus Van Dyke, we have a relationship. He's been teaching me stuff. And another thing that he mentions is, listen, these other coaches out there, they old. These old-ass coaches. A guy like DeMarcus Van Dyke, who's at the age of 33, who has had a big impact in the community, he can relate to these kids. He knows the world of social media like these kids. And not to mention, it does help that he was an NFL pro, that he did go to Miami. So not only is he young, he can relate to him. A lot of kids want to get to where he got to. And DeMarcus Van Dyke can definitely do that. Now, 247 has DeMarcus Van Dyke getting credit for Cormani McClain, a 5-star, Kamari Rogers, a 4-star, Chris Graves, a 4-star, Wesley Basaint, a 4-star, and Jaden Harris, a 3-star. But if you've been following this Miami Hurricanes program, we know that DVD himself has had his hand in several other recruitment to Miami. Cam Kitchens is one that comes right off the bat because I remember there was a quote that said, hey, probably wouldn't be at Miami if it wasn't for DVD. So I'm making this video to one, we got to give our flowers to DVD. We got to give this man a round of applause. And we got to say, hey, keep doing what you're doing, big fella. The next thing is this. Kevin Steele, defensive coordinator. And then it's Jamal Adai. And then it's DeMarcus Van Dyke is the cornerback coach. I think Jamal Adai relates more of the safety. But I would assume that Adai is ahead of DVD. And I'm wondering, will that change eventually? I'm wondering, let's be honest here, if there was one coach that has a relationship with this 2023 class, with this 2024 class, it's DeMarcus Van Dyke. And there's going to be a lot of people, Georgia's, Alabama's, that's going to be looking over here to say, how can we get DeMarcus Van Dyke on our squad? How can we get him on our coaching staff? We need him. So my question to you, if you're Mario, what do? Do we give DeMarcus a pay raise? Will we let him go if we have to? I don't know. I'm just talking out loud, but I'll tell you one thing. When you are doing what he's doing and making the noise that he's making, you best believe the big dogs are going to come calling. Now, I hope DeMarcus just stays at the U and eventually he gets to, make it to the level he wants to make, whether that's defensive coordinator, whether that's head coach one day. I hope he stays with the U because he's been doing a hell of a job with us. But what do you guys think about DeMarcus Van Dyke recruiting? And what do you think about other schools noticing his recruiting? Let me know in the comments. I'm out. Peace.